Yep, ready to go.
There are many tales of the Transformers. This is but one of them. The Autobots in the process of building Autobot City on Earth, with the aid of their human allies. When the forces spread within, the Decepticons plan to take every advantage of the situation.
Oh, how do you like that? Well, you're right. It was reading statements. It was just a stage direction. Grimlock has the first line. Okay. Okay. We didn't determine who's reading stage notes.
Yeah, we need.
Oh, you want to read? I'm sorry. You want to read the stage notes?
Yeah, we probably should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, make more sense for everybody.
Act 1, Red Alert is monitoring activity from the Teletron 1, keeping an eye on the potential Decepticon threats, when Grimlock beside him yawns and stretches his tiny T-Rex arms almost above his head.
Oh, me Grimlock bored. Why me stuck babysitting stupid Autobots instead of stomping Decepticons?
Optimus told you to be here in case of the activity from Decepticons. Most of our forces working on the Autobot City project, Dinobots, are necessary to ensure Earth's energy sources are protected.
Me Grimlock still think this is stupid plan.
Time for your regular maintenance check, Red. Hoist, I'm busy monitoring the potential Decepticon hotspots. Come back later. Red Alert. I put off your maintenance twice already. Optimus told you to expect frequent checkups after the last incident. You will suffer one tiny overload, and they persecute you for life.
Me Grimlock think Red Alert need coffee break.
Don't apologize to him, Grimlock. Now then, Red Alert, please stand up so I can perform a full and detailed internal scan. Red Alert gets out of his chair and reluctantly allows Hoist to scan his internal systems. Your Ener-Con levels are slightly below optimum efficiency. However, I see no problems with your internal mechanisms. Take an Ener-Con goodie and let someone else work on the monitors for a few hours. Red Alert shakes his head as he stubbornly returns to his duty. He does, however, pull out an Ener-Con goodie and ingests it to refuel. Optimus put me in charge of monitoring the Hoist. I don't trust anyone else to operate these systems properly. At least nobody who's still at the Ark. Streetwise and the other Protector bots are busy helping the Constructicon project. The available candidates currently left manning the Ark, well, I trust them about as far as I can trust Grimlock not to smash something when he's bored.
Me Grimlock not that dumb.
Well, if we call Powerglide in from patrol to give you some time to recharge properly, I suppose. Great. Powerglide, do you read? Loud and clear. What do you need from your roving eye in the sky? I'm ordering some time off for the monitor duty for Red Alert. Get back on the Ark and take over. Powerglide banks left and pulls off to his current course. Roger and out, Hoist, old buddy. I'll be there in 2 shakes of a Dinobot's tail. Fine. Red will take you off as soon as you get back. Meanwhile, I need you to finish my rounds before getting back to Autobot City. Hoist turns from the communication station and makes his way back to the entrance to the command center.
Me still bored. Maybe me Grimlock will finish scouting for Powerglide.
I'm on your core processors. You know what Optimus said. Besides, I want to keep you where I can see.
Me Grimlock think you paranoid.
It isn't paranoid if they're actually out to get you. Sometimes I worry about you, Ed.
Me not care if Red Alert biggest coward of all Autobots. Me just want some action.
Hoist shakes his head and finally leaves the room. I don't want to see you back at those monitors until tomorrow. If you can't leave Powerglide to finish monitor duty for tonight, call Moonracer or Hot Roddy. Do you understand? I will, Hoist. much better now since the incident. Trust me. It isn't that we don't trust you, Brother. We're just trying to prevent any more stress than necessary while we work on getting Autobot City finished. I'm going to make sure a hot rod isn't bothering Moonracer. As soon as Powerglide gets back, I expect you to take the rest. Red Alert nods and turns back to stare at the endless amounts of data streaming rapidly across Teletron's monitor. His head sparks slightly as his internal Decepticon sensing equipment flickers slightly. I will, but I have this terrible feeling that something's happened. Something we can't see.
Transition.
Starscream, I have a task for you.
Naturally, Megatron. What do you need someone of my considerable skills to accomplish?
Typical behavior from our fearless leader.
Ah, Sunstorm. Excellent. Starscream, you will be taking some of our newest reformatted warriors on an Ener-Con raid. With most of the Autobot forces preoccupied building their grand monument for nobility and peace, now is the perfect opportunity to gather Ener-Con for our own project.
I failed to grasp why we need to guard on this primitive mudball, Megatron. You had us adapt these new Earth forms to blend in with the local military hardware, but that doesn't mean I can't still lead my unit in this task.
Your boasting is hardly becoming of you, Sunstorm.
Across the room.
I expect you to obey Starscream's every instruction. This is a crucial operation, and I will not have it spoiled by arrogance or meaningless posturing.
You have nothing to worry about from me, mighty Megatron. I am well aware of the importance of our Energon gathering missions. Did you have a particular target in mind?
Yes, Starscream, I have. Some DAX systems have recently begun testing the new fuel generators that Prime's pathetic human allies have engineered alongside the Autobots' think tank. These generators are intended to power their accursed Autobot city. But I am certain that you and your new recruits will be able to liberate them from for our use instead.
Of course, mighty Megatron. This will be a piece of oil cake. Collect our fellow warriors and prepare to depart.
I told you this beat any dull monitor duty moon racer.
The only reason I agreed to race you is because Red Alert and Grimlock are still inside. Now, are you ready to eat my proverbial dust?
In your dreams.
The two Autobots, still in vehicle mode, continue to race towards the dormant volcano, picking up speed as they approach a narrow turn. Hoist approaches from inside the Ark. Now, where did these two speed demons go?
Hoist.
What? Oh, dear. Hoist leaps out of the way, grunting with effort. Hot Rod screeches to a stop, transforming midway through the applying his brakes.
Whoops, sorry, Hoist. I wasn't expecting you to show up just now.
And the winner is... Moonracer!
So, this is what you're doing instead of what Optimus ordered you to.
Oh, come on, Hoist. It's Dullsville around here. Hasn't been any action in astroseconds. I need the wide open spaces, open roads, not to be cooped up idling in the yard, rusting my axle rods.
That's no excuse for being derelict of duty.
In all fairness, Hoist, we've been monitoring for activity for the past few days. I think a few hours of downtime isn't that far out of line.
Perhaps I'll have to talk with Optimus about rotating the monitor detail more often. Red could use some downtime too. Powerglide appears on the horizon at the moment as he finally returns to base. Looks like I've arrived just in time. With daring aerial aerobatics, I'm coming in for a landing. Typical behavior. Anyway, you two, I've got a maintenance checkup to perform on the Paragon.
Maintenance on this precision motor? You're joking. I'm in peak operating condition.
That's no excuse for avoiding one of my checkups. Or would you rather I schedule a full workout on you with Ratchet?
Well, you put it that way.
Good to see you again, Powerglide. I missed you.
Oh, Moonracer. I didn't know Alita sent you to Earth.
She assigned me and RC to Earth Detail while the rest of our unit prepares to rendezvous with Ultra Magnus.
If I'd known you were here, I would have gotten here top speed.
Well, you're here now. Care to join me at the command center?
Yeah, I'd love to. You'll have to wait until after my checkup.
You better make it a fast checkup. I want to spend some quality time with Powerglide again.
I'm not going anywhere. Maybe I should give you a checkup too. You seem to be suffering from a lack of proper coolant functions. My coolant levels are fine, boys. Shouldn't you be finishing up with Moonracer so we can go relieve Red Alert before he borrows another gasket? Oh, yes. Just stand perfectly still, Moonracer.
Mwah. I'm all yours, boys.
Ah, great. He gets kissed, and what do I get? Invasive processor scans. Great.
Well, the next time you're out joyriding with RC, try to be more gentleman.
Hey, did I ask for some relationship advice?
Was it something I said? He's still young, Powerglide. A bit of a hothead, that's all. I still remember when I was young. Well, time to go leave Red Alert and talk about old times again.
Why, Powerglide? You say the nicest things.
Sumdex Systems, one of the most recent advanced experts in robotics and energy systems in the world. Founded by Isaac Sumdeck in the late 1960s, now with the assistance of the Autobots, new advances in energy-generating power cells has been perfected. Currently, manufacturing has begun on new cells to feed the systems of Autobot City. It is here that the Decepticons, led by Starscream, have come.
You'd think that the Autobots would have ordered higher defense systems for such a crucial part of their paltry construction system.
They've been mass-producing the energy cells for days. Several of them are probably already being transported to the construction site. Their security measures are more than likely stretched thin with all of our recent Ener-Con raids.
Quit expositing to yourselves and follow my lead.
Starscream dives out of the crystal clear sky and transports mid-dive, landing loudly on its feet.
This pathetic manufacturing plant is no match for us.
Just what we need to reveal ourselves to the humans.
I think this place is all automated. No humans around at all. It's called a manufacturing plant after all.
Enough! Set your vocal processes to off and let's finish this mission before we alert any surveillance units to our presence.
Starscream aims and fires his null rays, blowing a hole open in the side of the building.
As usual, my talents are wasted here. But what's hiding you the Decepticons?
Alarm begins to interrupt Starscream's monologue.
Wonderful decision, fearless leader.
You dare question my abilities?
Can we settle this after we get those energy cells? Starscream and Sunstorm reluctantly nod in agreement, and Starscream reaches into his chest compartment to remove 2 small audio cassettes.
Wreckage. Right that. Megatron gave you two to me to speed up the process of locating those energy cells. Tap into the main computer system and get to work.
The 2 Decepticons transform, one into a large black mechanical jaguar, the other into a large purple and gold bat. Rabbit wants to do the sound effects.
I'll do it.
Okay. Growls at Starscream and pounces off into the factory. Ratbat flaps his wings and circles around Starscream's head, squeaking before he follows him slowly.
Now all we have to do is let those two do their work. And within a few short minutes, we should be able to leave here with those energy cells.
Act 2. Alarms suddenly blare inside the ARC's command center.
Teletron, report.
Decepticon activity detected in some systems.
I knew my systems were in error. Grimlock, we must act immediately.
Me, Grimlock, finally get action. What do you want me to do?
I will continue to monitor the situation from here, Get outside and tell the others to head for Detroit immediately.
Me Grimlock rally troops.
Grimlock charged out of the room, heading for the exit of the Ark. On his way, he passes Moonracer coming in from outside with Power Glide.
Whoa! What's the hurry, Dino Brain?
Some dark systems in danger. Me Grimlock go to stop Decepticons. You Power Glide come too. Rally Autobots to protect. Stuff. Me not know what some dark system's doing.
Sounds like a place making the new energy cells for Autobot City. Moonracer, we'd better go help and make sure that overgrown lizard doesn't cause too much damage.
I'm right behind you, Power Glide.
Autobot.
Yeah, Autobot. Voice and Hot Rod turn at the sound of rumbling coming from the Ark in surprise.
Let's shake it.
Sounds like a Dynamite stampede.
Grimlock charges out of the mountain in dinosaur mode. Spotting the two Autobots, he shakes his head at them.
Decepticons attacking! Me Grimlock say Autobots, transform and roll out!
Finally some action, huh? This is gonna be great. I've been idling way too long. Well, you lead the way, Grimlock.
Me Grimlock can't. Me Grimlock forget where we going.
Subdeck Systems in Detroit.
Oh, right. Me Grimlock forget me Grimlock do that. Which way to Detroit?
Voice sighs and places his head in his hand.
I can see we'll need someone with clear head to change to lead the charge. Moonracer, Power Glide, Hot Rod, Grimlock, follow me.
The remaining Autobots in robot mode convert into their vehicle modes and start their engines.
It's up to you five to stop the Decepticons. I'll coordinate your efforts. And from here, when necessary, we'll notify Autobot City of the development. Perhaps one of the other Dinobots will finish with their missions in time to join you. Perhaps to keep collateral damages to a minimum. The manufacturing plan for our new energy cells is very important to finishing the Autobot City project. Good luck, Autobots. Never fear, Red. With Power Glide on the case, the mission is as good as won.
The Decepticons won't see us coming.
I'll try to keep the unit from causing too much damage. Unfortunately, I'm not much of a leader.
You may not be Optimus Prime, but you can get the job done just the same, Moist.
Me Grimlock say enough prep talk. Time for stopping Decepticons.
And Autobots, let's roll out. Or in the case of yours truly, fly out.
The Autobots take off towards Detroit, raising up a lot of dust.
Now, let's see if we can discover which Decepticons are involved.
Starscream, Sunstorm, and Acid Storm stand impatiently inside the control room of the manufacturing plant, while Rat is still tapped into the central computers.
What's taking so long in locating those energy cells? This place should be full of them.
You think a scientist from Cybertron would know how to hack into a human computer system?
Starscream wasn't known for studying intellect.
Be quiet, you two. Honestly, you think Megatron would give me someone to hack into the system to actually spell? Every sound would be better than this. Oh, quit pestering me.
Rat shifts into cassette mode and slides into the main computer terminal.
Energy cells located at before. It's about time. Sunstorm, Acid Storm, we're moving to Plant 4. Ravage, Ratbat, set up a security perimeter. We've wasted enough time. I'm positive the Autobots will be here shortly.
Here it is. Autobots Sumdeck Systems.
I don't see any obvious signs of Decepticons. Are you sure they're even here?
I say so.
Me Grimlock think Moonracer right. Me Grimlock see damaged building.
Here's a report from your eye in the sky. Starscream and two of his goons are heading for the manufacturing plant. Only 3. This shouldn't be too difficult, then.
Especially with Grimlock here. Starscream isn't known for his bravery.
Me Grimlock munch metal.
Alright, enough talk. Let's stop these Decepticreeps.
Remember, We need to make sure that the facility does not suffer needless damage. It is important to our construction efforts. Hot Rod, Power Glide, I want you two to circle wide and approach Starscream's location from the north. Moonracer and I will approach from this location. Grimlock, you will remain in reserve here. Attack only if absolutely necessary, and try not to damage any of your delicate machinery.
Me Grimlock think this plan waste of time. Starscream and other Decepticons run like cowards when they see me Grimlock here.
We need all of these energy cells for Autobot City. We'll follow my plan for this defensive retaliation, unless one of you has a better idea.
No, not really.
Fine. Me Grimlock wait for others.
Great. You have your assignment. Then let's put a stop to those Decepticons. Follow me, kid.
I'm not a kid.
Moonracer and Hoist head off, leaving Grimlock behind.
Me Grimlock not no hoist of such commanding presence. Oh, goody. Maybe me Grimlock not supposed to damage buildings. But Decepticons fair game when they stupidly challenge me.
Transition. Red Alert is still tracking the Decepticon energy signatures attack Somdac systems. Using Teletrans databanks of known Decepticons on Earth, he's discovered something potentially dangerous.
Oh dear. Those seekers with Starscream have abilities that could cause the others a lot of trouble. I'd better relay this information to them at once before they engage the enemy.
Transition.
Hoist. Come in. Do you read me? I have important information concerning your quarry. What's wrong, Red? Starscream's forces consist of a pair of new seekers newly arrived from Cybertron. I suggest extreme caution while engaging. The acid storm is capable of changing and controlling Earth's weather patterns, and Sunstorm is extremely dangerous. Energy readings indicate some sort of experimental power source for this arsenal. I would advise you to leave the pair of them to Grimlock. But the energy cell could be irreparably damaged with the fight involving the Dinobot. And we should advise drawing them off somehow before unleashing upon them. If it's bait you need, then look no farther than me. How can we be sure they'll follow you? Hey, this is me we're talking about. No bot can outfly me.
I think I know a couple aerobots who disagree.
Hey, I can fly circles around any aerobot or Decepticon. This is no time to start arguing. Let Power Glide try, Hoist.
I don't mean to interrupt this striking conversation, but I think we're about to have larger problems.
What do you mean?
The Dinobot unleashes a blast of flames at the two cassettes and sets off a massive explosion after rupturing the fuel lines of a nearby transport.
I think we just lost our element of surprise.
More explosions can be heard as the eager Dinobot tries to stomp the much smaller Decepticons, who are easily evading the bombing and clumsy attacker. End of Act 2. Act 3.
What was that?
It's the Autobots!
Sounds like Ravage and Ratback are in the fix. Orders, Commander Starscream.
You two, hold them up. That's why you were sent on this mission anyway, to test your new Terran forms in combat. I can't fail Megatron again, so I'll gather as many energy cells as possible. When you've dealt with our interloping intruders, return here and collect your own to be transported back to base.
Suits me just fine. I've been itching for a worthy opponent.
Then you're in luck, because it sounds like one of those dim-bulb Dinobots is leading the charge.
Excellent.
Autobots, change of plans. Lead those seekers away.
On it, boys. This is what I was made for.
Watch your aim and lead your targets.
Autobots scrap.
Moon racing. Taking potshots at my girlfriend is a bad idea, Decepticon.
Eyes on the prize, Power Glide.
Sorry, Moon Racer.
Sickening Autobot sentiment. How about I blow your friend out of the sky?
Whoa! Talk about major turbulence.
Watch it. He has the ability to control weather systems.
That I can, Autobot.
Just watch your aim. Another Autobot in my sights.
Almost forgot about that one.
Hoist dodges aside with a grunt. Hoist dodges aside with a grunt. Sunstorm's inbound missiles.
Impressive moves for a ground-bound junkie.
Sunstorm banks around and targets Hoist again.
Prepare to burn.
A massive gout of flames emerges from his weapon.
Ouch! Systems are overheating.
Hold on, boys. Help's at hand.
Hot Rod fires at Sunstorm again.
You dare?
Sunstorm dodges the energy blast skillfully.
I'll melt you down to your component metals.
Here we go again.
Hot Rod dodges a searing gout of flame from the Decepticon.
What's our intrepid Dinobot pal up to?
Grimlock, command you stand still and let me crush you, puny Decepticons! Ah!
Apparently still engaged with those two cassettes.
Trust the lumbering giant gloves to get tangled up fighting two of the smallest pods while we nearly get melted to goo.
And away we go. Take that, you overgrown windbag.
Power Glide shoots Acid Storm from behind. Acid Storm crashes into a derelict trailer and crushes it flat.
Having a bad day, Acid Storm?
Do it in your pyromanics.
Let's finish this quickly then.
Sunstorm dives on Hoist and Hot Rod with his flames roaring.
Here he comes again.
Then I suggest you fire.
Already am.
Hot Rod and Hoist both fire at the same time. Sunstorm is hit and spirals out of control. His flames continue to ignite the air in front of him, coming dangerously close to setting off the explosion. Acid Storm targets the sky above and fires a weak energy blast.
Time for strategic withdrawal. In order to regroup with Starscream. Taste my rain, Autobots. My acid rain.
Sizzling wingtips. He's gonna melt my armor plating clear off.
I've dealt with this sort of thing before. We need to concentrate all firepower on those clouds. Enough energy will dissipate them.
And I suggest we let them go for now and handle this foul weather.
My sentiments exact.
Concentrate all firepower on my mark.
The Autobots target the dangerous clouds with their weapons.
Fire!
4 bursts of energy are released on the clouds, causing a massive explosion. They dissipate and the deadly rainfall stops.
Great. Now what do we do?
Regroup and retrieve Grimlock before he makes things worse. And while you're doing that, I'll keep an eye on those Decepticons. Should be able to cut off their escape before they can leave with their energy cells, or I'm not the best at what I do. No doubt. Let's move swiftly, Autobots. I'm late for my rounds back at Autobot City.
Transition.
What is keeping those two so long? How difficult is it to handle a few blasted Autobots? Ah!
Starscream fell on his aft with the exertion of removing the energy cells from their resting place.
We've done what we can. Let's get the energy cells and leave before Acid Storm's rain gets doused.
Acid Storm and Sunstorm rush into the manufacturing plant.
Now that those energy cells and let's get out of here!
Ah! Me Grimlock not think so.
Surrender, Starscream.
We're surrounded by Autobots!
You can say that again, Starscream. Why don't you make it easier on yourself?
Never!
Starscream fires his null rays and blasts Hot Rod.
Burn, Autobots!
Sunstorm launches another blast from his flamethrowers.
Me Grimlock say that not hot enough. This hot enough.
Grimlock releases a blast of flame breath. Sunstorm is knocked back by the blast as his flames short out, and the flamethrowers on his arms explode.
Oh!
Acid Storm! Forget the Autobots! Transform and let's get out of here!
Starscream rushes for the nearest exit.
Not so fast, Starscream.
Starscream hits Power Glide out of his way and leaps into the sky. Jet engines flaring as he transforms and retreats.
Typical cowardly bastard.
Shaking his head, Acid Storm grabs Sunstorm and flies off at supersonic speeds. The Autobots watch the Decepticons flee.
Well, at least we stopped them from acquiring any energy cells.
What a mess, though.
Me Grimlock sorry he not come sooner. puny Decepticon's not very cooperative.
It doesn't matter. This place has seen better days.
Hoist nods and turns to assess the damages.
A few hours with grapple and Perceptor, and we should be able to get this fixed up quickly.
So, when?
Moonracer helps him to his feet.
For now, the Decepticons will try again. To get these new energy cells. That I have no doubt.
Yeah, but you can bet old Starscream is going to be one heck of a time reporting his failure to Megatron.
Me Grimlock love to see that.
The tired Autobots all burst into friendly laughter. Transition.
Blast you, Starscream!
Megatron takes aim and shoots his fusion cannon at the cowardly Air Commander.
Megatron, I did my best, but I failed.
Sunstorm and Acid Storm watches with amused interest as their leader takes his anger out on Sunscreen.
Think we should remind him that Ratbat and Ravage are still missing?
Maybe after Hook fixes him up a little bit.
Both That's it.
And all their lives are rounded with sleep.